day like 975 in a quarantine. Still have yet to find a haircut person. Barber is the name of those. Haven't touched my facial hair. Still refuses to grow any further than it does already. And now it's 90 degrees with like 100% humidity. It's great. What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to Fitment Industries Garage, and we are here today with another episode of What Wheels Fit, where we go over all different types of wheel, tire, and suspension setups for a bunch of different kinds of vehicles to help you guys out in your journey to find a new setup for your car. I'm Giles from Fitment Industries, and today we are going to be covering the Honda Civic Del Sol. Before we go ahead and get right into it, don't forget to subscribe. We're going to be uploading more and more here with a few different series that you're not going to want to miss. Other than that, don't forget to check out fitmentindustries.com for all your wheels, tires, and suspension stuff. And then you can check out the gallery for yourself, which is actually where we pulled all of these cars that we're going to be talking about today from. The Honda Civic Del Sol saw its debut in 1992 and was meant to be the successor for the Honda CRX. And these cars are just they're kind of funky and they're kind of cool. They have everything that's great about a 90s Honda, but it also features a removable hardtop and a retractable rear window. And it's like a truck looking thing in some sense. It's like a mini El Camino, but without the bed. They're just kind of goofy, but they're really cool. And these little two-door Hondas really kind of just stand out from the rest of them, and they really grab the attention of a lot of enthusiasts. So there are still plenty of Del Sols rolling around the streets today, and if you're someone who managed to snag one of these and are looking for some aftermarket wheels for it, welcome. What we are going to do is take a look at some Honda Civic Del Sols that are sitting in the gallery right now over at fitmentindustries.com and take a look at what other people are running as far as wheels, tires, and suspension and get a first-hand look into what those setups look like. Now, typically what we would do is break down these cars into some different categories, from least aggressive to most aggressive fitment types, from like daily driving to like full-on stance setups. However, with the Del Sol, fitment is just kind of like all over the place from what we see in the gallery. So we're just gonna go over one after another and try to keep them in line as best as we can and give you the details of each car along the way as far as like fender rolling or fender pulling or other modifications needed to get them to fit. So that being said, the first car that we have today is running a really meaty tire setup. Now this car does have quite a bit of performance mods into it, including a turbocharger and all that fun stuff, but we're gonna take a closer look at the fitment side of things. So this 1994 Del Sol is running some Konig Hypergram wheels, 15 by 7.5 plus 35 offset. These are wrapped in some Toyo Proxes R888Rs, size of 225/45, and then sitting on some ground control coilovers. Now, even though this is a really thick tire and is lowered on coilovers, there is no fender rolling or any other modifications that were needed to get this setup to fit. And it looks nearly flush and is very, very aggressive, I would say. Next up, we have a 1995 with some JNC JNC001s, 16 by 8 plus 25. So getting a little bit bigger and more aggressive with the wheel sizing on this one. Now these JNCs are wrapped in some Falcon tires, 205/45, so not nearly as big as the tire on the previous car. And we have it sitting on some tan coilovers this time. With the lower offset and a wider width on this car, it does have its fenders rolled to get the wheels to fit without any rubbing issues. NKRPF1s, a very popular choice for a wide variety of cars, including the Del Sol, as we see here with this 1993 with some 15 by 7 plus 35 RPF1s with a 205/50 Toyo Proxes T1R tire. Again, sitting on some ground control coilovers, and this car does have its fenders rolled as well, just to ensure that nothing's gonna hit. Moving right along here, we get to this 1993 with some Avanti Racing Storm S2s. Yeah, 15 by 8 plus 40 with some Federal 595s, 195/50 sitting on some True Heart coilovers. Now we do have the fenders rolled and pulled, and with that tire, we are still getting a little bit of poke, causing some rubbing. But this seems to be like a pretty popular look with these cars, so if that's something that you're looking for, check that out. Getting to our first 17-inch wheel of the day, we have another 1995 with some JNC JNC001s, again, 17 by 8 plus 25 with a 205/40 tire, sitting on some stock suspension actually. So no rubbing issues or fender modifications done here, probably simply because it is sitting on its stock suspension. I would imagine if you were to lower this, whether it be on lowering springs or coilovers or whatever, you would for sure need to have its fenders rolled and pulled. Moving into a more of a stance look, and our first car on air, we have a 1993 with some Whistler KR7, 16 by 9 with a plus 15 offset, paired with a 195/45 tire setup, and then sitting on some good old Airlift Performance air suspension. Now this car is really, really clean, and I really like it. Fenders are rolled for clearance with the air, but that's really about it. Doesn't say anything about any aftermarket control arms or anything like that. And then to wrap it up for today, we are going to end with this 1995 with some XXR 536s, 16x8 with a 0 offset. Now this has some Achilles tires, 165/45 for the size, and then again on some Airlift Performance suspension. Looks like to get the fitment dialed in here, the owner has thrown a 10mm spacer in the rear to help them out, simply because it is a cast wheel. They've thrown that 10mm on just to dial it in a little more. So our effective offset for the rear would be a -10. So with the front being a 0 offset, the rear being a -10. That is gonna wrap it up for today. Hopefully this helped you guys out in your search. If you own Honda Civic Del Sol, you're looking for some wheels for it, not really sure what's gonna fit or what, certain wheels would look like. Hopefully this helped you guys out. And if you wanna check out more examples and really didn't find anything you like here, but still wanna look, feel free to head over to fitmentindustries.com. Check out the gallery, type in Honda Civic Del Sol, check out all the ones that are over there. They have all of the specs that we just talked about listed as well, for size, tire size, suspension, what modifications were needed to get them to fit, whether it's fender rolling, trimming, any other kind of stuff. But I'm Gels from Fitment Industries. Don't forget to check out wheel tire suspension, fitmentindustries.com as well. We'll talk to you later. Peace.